There's no way blinks are okay right now. From Jennie's controversial styling to Rosé's first studio album to idols using AI allegedly and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. I'd like to bring your attention to my link tree for important resources, important information. So definitely make sure you check that out. But as for us, let's get into today's Wednesday video. We are no strangers to netizens not appreciating the beauty of an underwear look. Of course, it's obviously super subjective. People either love it or hate it. People either think it's innovative or just too reminiscent of underwear. And we've covered this before on the channel, but anyways, Jennie is the most recent idol to sport this very controversial underwear look. And she also went blonde, but we'll talk about that later. So here's her underwear look at a recent fashion event. And of course, you might notice she's blonde. We'll talk about that later. I already said that anyways. This is either called the underwear look or people call it micro shorts. And from the back, you see a little bit of booty cheek. Can I say that on here? Oh my God. Let's see some responses to this. It looks like she's wearing just underwear. I miss the old outfits. These days, it's all about no pants. Oh my gosh. The pants fit differently, but Jennie looks shorter compared to the models. We'll look at the models picture later. I don't understand why they went with that style. Honestly, we all know it's not the best. Is she taking a risk because it's fashion week? I mean, probably. Like they said, it is fashion week. I mean, if you don't look a little bit ridiculous, then what's the point? Kind of like the Capitol in the Hunger Games, you know? But netizens have been coming for Jennie's recent looks, saying that they don't love them. So they're bringing up the fact that she started her own agency, and we can't blame YG anymore. Jennie is slowly getting worse reactions with every appearance. Most of the reactions seem negative towards Jennie starting her own agency. So here again, we have the underwear look. I don't remember seeing any negativity surrounding her mantra like teaser pictures, but anyways. And then, oh, this look. But people were comparing it to Ihyori's look from like back in the day. I don't remember anyone saying necessarily that it was negative. This was another underwear, like a literal underwear look, not a look that tries to imitate the look of an underwear, if that makes sense. I don't remember any of these, to be honest. I remember this. I remember people not loving some people. Again, we can't generalize. I don't remember this either. I have no memory of this. Anyways, so people just not appreciating her looks these days. Though we can counteract that with a lot of people absolutely loving her looks. I remember like it was yesterday because it was. The minute she showed up in her blonde hair, everyone was talking about it. It's surprising how even a charming person can lose their charm. It really shows that it's all about how you present yourself. I didn't realize Rosé was so pretty before, but lately her styling really suits her perfectly. With Jennie, it feels like she's constantly trying to force Western beauty standards onto her instead of embracing her natural Eastern beauty, which is unfortunate. I'm a fan, but I was shocked by her Getty images. So with that said, what do you think of this look, of this underwear look? And as promised, let's see what it looks like on the model. Oh, computer's frozen again. So this is what it looks like on the model, and I think I prefer the accessories in this look. I know I literally wear black all the time, but if it were me, if I was wearing this look, I would have loved if the shorts were like the exact same shade of blue. That way it would look more like kind of like a leotard. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the necklace, even though it probably costs more than my rent. I like the blonde look. I think it's bold, and I love black tights. I love black tights. What do you think? Let me know what you think. And what do you think of the underwear look? I love underwear look. Like, it depends, obviously. Some of them can look good, some of them can look maybe not so good, but I'm not opposed to it. We've talked about this before with Yunjin of Le Seraphim. She got backlash as well for her underwear look. I think it was, I wanted to say Unforgiven trailer. I think it was way past that era. Do you remember this? And then G-Idol for Super Lady as well. They had, which I don't consider this an underwear look. This seems more like a leotard look, which, what's the difference? It doesn't look like a pair of panties. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a difference, but that's just to me. So remember when I said we'll talk about Jennie's blonde hair later? Well, later is now, and it seems Jennie's blonde hair wasn't actually her blonde hair. She might have owned it, but she did not bleach her luscious locks. And this was actually confirmed in a fan cam. Is that what you would call it? A fan cam? Are these fan cams being taken at fashion shows? I don't know. That's what we'll call it. But an actress essentially is asking her if her hair is real, and she's like, no. And this is causing a lot of buzz for a lot of reasons. So let's check out the video first. Oh, no, not today. That's the interaction. Is your hair real? No. No. It looks real. It does. There was another clip I saw where she's like, it's a great wig. But some people are taking issue with this, basically saying, you know, that it's inappropriate. Like, it's inappropriate to go up to someone, touch their hair, and ask if it's real. People saying that it's racist. So it's actually Margaret Qualley. I've seen her in The Maid. She's an actress. She's the daughter of... and it doesn't matter. Who cares about Nepo babies? So the response basically being like, it's quite entitled to do this. Like, people should not be doing this. Jennie is way too nice because WTF was that? So the clip was posted on a Korean forum, and this GIF was also presented. And it looks like Jennie is just doing like a kissy face towards her, but then Margaret looks like she's, you know, pulling away. So some people are saying like, you're close enough to like touch her hair and ask her if her hair is real, but you know, the moment she does like a kissy face towards you, like she's not even trying to kiss you or anything, just posing, but like you're like, oh. So in terms of like international stands, I've definitely seen a lot of people say it's inappropriate. Other people saying, well, they're friends, you know, it didn't mean anything more than that. Here's what some netizens think. Not even surprised. Jennie is overwhelmingly popular and well known, so why act like that? Wow, I'm really surprised. Disappointed. Such an attitude. They're being so rude. It's super annoying. Touching someone's hair is rude. But even if you're close, you don't do that. So uncivilized, rude and ignorant. Creepy. That's how people who are racist act. Ugh, this is ridiculous. I'm not even a Jennie fan, but her attitude is appalling. Her true character is showing. Who does she think she is? Touching someone's hair. Whether it's a wig or not, what gives her the right? LOL. I hope all her future projects fail. Let's read some responses to the initial tweet that has 5 million views right now. 5.6 million views. My thing is, what does that answer to that question do for you? The look on her face when she said no. One thing about Jennie, she does not play with her scalp. Her body language was more about her being in her bubble. I feel like that's offensive. That being said, what do you think of the situation? You know, especially in a crowd where, you know, people are listening, people are literally taking fan cams of you. Like, do you guys remember that clip of Chappell Roan at the VMAs? She was like hiding her mouth at the fan because she knew people could lip read what she was saying and she wanted that privacy. Like, do you think it was rude? Do you think they're close enough that it's not rude? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. However, still on that Jennie note, it seems there's this video going around where basically she's walking out of what looks like a store. She seems to need to go somewhere, but there's fans waiting outside and they're basically like, do you hate us? Like, what's going on? And then she stops her attempt at getting into the car and goes to see those fans who are asking her if she hated them. She signs stuff for them. She takes pictures with them. So there's a lot of people really disgusted with this. Let's check out the video.
Are you serious? Do you hate us? Like,
are you serious? Do you hate us? Because she basically walked past them.
everyone sign Jennie, really quickly, please. It's always the same story.
So I saw this from a different angle and you can't really hear it here, but she's saying like, I really have to go. Like, I have to be somewhere.
You can wait for months.
And you can kind of tell in this angle, she's like...
Thank you. This looks with my name. Here. Sorry. Double S. Yeah. Last one. Oh non. You can wait for months, Jennie. Et moi, je vais me faire foutre. Tu entends ça? Non. Pourquoi? J'ai pas une cigarette. Oh. Il y a des moments
having to like spell people's names because I mean you could literally spell a name any type of way.
I'm sure. I'm very sure. I'm 100% sure. Oh no! Oh my goodness.
What happened?
No selfies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your travel.
But they keep asking her for selfies and then she does end up taking the selfies. And then I actually saw like the video of it where she's just posing with a bunch of people, like literally stuck up against her bodyguard. Like, do you see him in the background there? So let's read some responses to this. Oh, speaking of, here's the video I was telling you about. So it seems like these so-called fans were stalking Jennie and shouted, "Are you serious? Do you hate us?" at her. In the video, we can see Jennie being guilt-tripped by these rude people. We sincerely hope this behavior is not repeated in the future by any of you. Are you serious? Do you hate us? Saying that in front of her? What's wrong with these people? And look how Jennie's still being nice to them, smiling, signing, and taking selfies. Ungrateful. Do you hate us? They're so disgusting and disrespectful. I wish I was there. I would have mopped. Okay. Moving on. So basically some people are saying they were following her all day. So of course, let me know what you think about that as well. Rosé of BLACKPINK has announced her first studio album coming out December 6th. And she actually personally DMs me about this. I was so shocked. I was so excited that my totally legit K-pop journalistic career took me this far to have such a close source like this, alongside 22,000 other people. Literally 11:26 is when she posted it. Immediately 22,000 likes. Like, I clicked on it and screenshot it immediately. I genuinely thought me and all these other people were the first to hear about it, but it had been announced at that point. I was like, oh, insider info. But no, it had been announced. But let's see what she has to say about this album, because, you know, a couple weeks ago, maybe even last week, people were trashing her in her comment sections, being like, you shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have promised us music. What happened to Vampire Holly? And then on Twitter, everyone was like, leave her alone. What are you guys doing? You know, she's taking her time. So from last week to this week, it's a huge change, because people were literally super upset. And now here we have this announcement. So where to begin? I cannot believe I'm finally announcing my first album release to you all. I remember last year, as our year-long tour ended, I found myself in a session out here in Los Angeles. That led on to a year of walking in and out of the studio, writing songs with songwriters and producers I'd met for the first time, trying to figure out the next chapter in my career. I fell asleep many nights feeling confused and lost, but with the support of my dear friends and family, my team, and of course my number ones, I'm sat here today excited to announce the date of my album release. I have poured my blood and tears into this album. I cannot wait for you to listen to this little journal of mine. And then she talks about the name Rosie, which is the name of her album, which is the name I allow my friends and family to call me. With this album, I hope you all feel that much closer to me. And yes, it's a full-length album. December 6th. So naturally people are super excited about that. And I don't know if this is actually her lawyer, but people are saying her lawyer has confirmed that she owns her music and her masters, because it's been confirmed apparently. So what do you expect of this album? Do you think there's going to be like pop music, or do you think it's going to be more like acoustic, artsy fartsy? What do you think? On that note, we currently have 3 of 4 BLACKPINK members releasing stuff in the near future. So we have Lisa on the 3rd of, literally tomorrow, Moonlit Floor. Then on the 11th of October, Jennie's Mantra. And then of course the 6th of December, Rosé. Blinks are currently overstimulated. Who would have thought? So both Stray Kids and Kiss of Life have been receiving backlash for their alleged, let's use that word lightly, use of AI in their most recent teaser pictures. So let's start off with Stray Kids. So this is for their second Japanese album, Giant. And we were met with this teaser picture. And as we can see, it says Giant, Stray Kids, there's stairs, but some people think there's something weird about. There's something off about this picture. It doesn't seem right. Let's see what people have to say. Because in terms of AI, you know, sometimes it's super obvious. Sometimes I'm like, I don't really know until somebody points it out. So just saw the post on Instagram and oh, free Stray Kids from AI, I beg. So this person is pointing out like how weird the stairs look. Me at every K-pop group's design creative team this year.
Please stop showing me AI art. It's so ugly.
Oh my god.
I'm serious. I don't want to see it anymore. All of it looks like the bullshit. Like, there's already so many horrors in this
Not the horrors in
world.
this world.
I don't want to see these ugly images. And like a yassified woman with her hair made out of paint swirls.
Speaking of, do you ever see those videos that, like, the last one I remember was like a bowl of Oreos and then it just slowly turns into dogs? I feel her pain. Why is it giving Bigfoot? Come on, JYP, you can do better than AI trash. What's Bigfoot? I'd rather have album covers that look like they were edited on PixArt a day before the deadline than AI generated album cover. There is something about a badly human edited image compared to AI. You know what I mean? Like, let's use AI for other things. You know, let's keep reading some comments. Ugly and AI created? Bro, pick a struggle. Can you imagine it wasn't AI created and like the artist behind this is just like, what? Don't, please just pay actual artists and you won't have any of these issues, I promise. I wonder what you put into the prompt, like staircase with, I don't even know. We should all be mad as hell about generative AI sneaking into creative spaces. We cannot let Stray Kids team keep getting away with using AI to make their album covers, of all things. I'll take 100 Pixar edit albums covers before celebrating AI generated garbage. F Division 1. Girl, what are these textures? Stop using AI for the love of God. You know, the closer you look, the more you zoom in, like it does have this AI feel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even that well versed in AI, but like AI generated images, but like it's interesting, isn't it? So just a lot of people being really disappointed in the fact that I'm gonna stay safe, allegedly AI. Someone said, how'd you know it's AI? Like genuinely asking. If you zoom in on some of the details of the rocks, there's a high chance that it's AI since they don't really make sense and or they only manually do it for the Stray Kids and Giant. So the rocks don't make sense. But that's not it because of course they're not the only group. Historically, since generative AI images have been used in art, they have not been the only K-pop group, but they're not even the only K-pop group recently. So Kiss of Life as well have been facing backlash for their recent teaser pictures. This reminds me of Red Velvet because Red Velvet also came under backlash for having AI generated backgrounds. Like you just take a picture of the idol, allegedly, like maybe it's a green screen and then you use AI backgrounds. Do you guys remember that? Red Velvet AI backgrounds. I'm sure it'll be the first thing. That's close enough. Here it was, remember? Like all the backgrounds were pretty much the same. That wasn't too bad. But like the people in the background. But these aren't the ones. Oh my God. I was like, Sujin? We're not going to do that again. These weren't the ones though. There was different ones where they were darker. Red Velvet AI backgrounds. Nor. That's. Oh, here I am. Topview.ai. That's not me. What the hell? Did I just discover something? Guys, what is going on here? Why is my picture just there? Is this generated by AI? Did they take my short and take the content of my short and generate a blog post about it? What? We're learning so much today. What the hell? I don't get it. I still didn't find the pictures I wanted to find. God damn. These ones, the darker ones, where it's like written in the background is not even real. I don't know. I don't know why. They're not even the same. It just reminded me of that. Anyways, the background again being like weird. Oh, here we have it. Take a look. What does that even say? Nothing. That's a telltale sign of AI when it doesn't say anything at all. Ooh, that's creepy. So again, let's read some responses. Not only are the Kiss of Life teasers AI, it's bad AI too. Look at all the obvious mistakes. WTF is going on with the horse's hoof? The clothesline is turning into a power line. The water tower suddenly gets much wider. The text on all the signs is garbage and illegible. Let's see these zoomed in aspects. The hoof, okay. The clothesline, okay. And illegible text, of course. Not the AI BS. I usually love Kiss of Life's creative direction. Now, WTF is this? I generally don't understand the point of using AI when Kiss of Life has been getting by very well with real sets. They were literally in Poland and Germany and a lower budget. This makes your concept photos look lazy and cheap. I mean, going to Poland and Germany costs a lot of money. I mean, you're not only sending 4 people there, you're sending hair, makeup, photographers, creative directors. You're sending so many people to travel somewhere just to get pictures. Like, of course, you don't have to send people abroad to take pictures or anything. You could literally just have a green screen and have an artist just literally do something similar, but not that. But imagine all them, and I'm condemning it. I'm not the opposite of condemning this. I'm not advocating for this, but from a company point of view, whose sole purpose, and you could say it, is to create art, to connect, no, making money. That's what the world goes around. You cannot live off of vibes. Wish you could. From like a business point of view, of course it makes sense because this is literally cheap, but then you literally just strip art of everything that makes it art. And that's my opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. You know, I think at the beginning I thought it was cute and funny, like, oh wow, look at what AI can do. But that's the extent. Like, oh, cool that it can do that, but maybe that's it. Maybe the fact that it can do that is the coolest part. Not that it should. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like, I'm getting heated too, because it's like, it looks bad, of course, on the company, but will the company care? No. Is the company going to do anything about it? Maybe. Some of you have bullied Maiden's company into releasing a natural version of their music video because you guys didn't like the AI that they used. But I just have this strange feeling, and this is my prediction, I have a strange feeling that Backlash is just not going to be enough anymore because of how much money people are going to be able to save using this. This is not the first time we've seen it. It's not going to be the last time we're seeing it. AI is only going to get better, right? And then you're not going to be able to tell. I was excited for these before I realized these were AI. A dreamlike concept would do so well with real artists. This is just lazy and lackluster. Oh, look, is this supposed to be like a rhino? I don't even understand. So of course, let me know your thoughts about that. Like, I got really heated. I guess it wasn't that heated. I got heated because of this specifically. Like, what's the point of me making videos when you can just put in a prompt and make, like, again, I don't even know. This seems to me like it was AI generated based off of what the speculation arises due to several peculiarities noticed in the backgrounds, making them fishy. I say fishy all the time. Okay, let's go to the original video and see if I said fishy. Because I'm pretty sure they're quoting me. Red Velvet, AI, Angelina. Red Velvet is having a comeback soon, and there's been a lot of buzz surrounding their buzz. Exciting comeback, and the buzz, oh my god. These are pictures. People accusing SM of using AI backgrounds because the backgrounds do seem a little fishy. Stop! I did say fishy! Making them seem fishy. So this website, I don't know, just took my short. Okay. And now I clicked on it. I'm giving them, don't tell anyone. I have an ad blocker. But like, people are going to click on this and generate income to this website using my content, and there's no human involved. I think I even outline what makes it allegedly AI based off of someone's tweet. Like, this background almost looks exactly identical to this background. So this tweet's actually pointing out the mistakes. So I want to check it out. Yeah. Because then they're saying rainbow glare, car design, random letters, fence arches, strange figures, background consistency. Do I name consequences of AI? Rainbow glare that ends randomly. Car with odd bumps in the design. Letters that make no sense. Uneven fence arches. Ooh, this is what I kind of noticed. Strange half-formed people in odd positions in the bleachers. Notice that the background stays identical even when it's a picture of a different RV member. So of course people are bringing up creativity, how it's like cheap and lazy to do this. This is cheap and lazy. What is this? This is why I'm getting mad. To be fair, we literally just read a tweet that called it cheap and lazy. I called it cheap and lazy. I just read an article calling it cheap and lazy. So whatever about cheap and lazy and the wording and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be obsolete soon. Like, what will be the point of me? Who's gonna need me? Who's gonna need any humans ever? Like, of course it's discouraging. It's discouraging because I don't even know how to profit off of a blog post. Like, I don't even know how to do that. And this person just used the not even a good, oh, I'm sorry. We just need to AI video editor that transforms your link or media assets into viral videos with one click. Stop it. We've all seen those videos, haven't we?
Cat. Dog. Bear.
Experience. Predecessor is a game you can't miss. I've been playing this game with my
I don't even need to be here. I need to send this to my group chat. What in the flying is this? Oh, not right now, ATs. I'm about to do a reaction for my channel members after this, but not right now. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking me to talk about Bambam. Of course, it got 7-member and it currently promoting solo artists. This does get a bit deep, so if you want to skip this, I totally understand. I will have some resources in my link tree, but essentially he's been posting a lot of concerning things recently, and not even, I mean, spanning back to even a couple months ago. But a couple months later, he has been posting more things that has a lot of fans worried, and a lot of fandoms coming together to really show love and support to him during this time. So of course, Bambam has been posting a lot of concerning things, expressing a lot of concerning emotions about being tired, about not being happy. I don't know how much detail we can get into in terms of the specificities of his post, but it's definitely worried a lot of fans. So essentially he posted a couple of things. One to his Instagram story, this: I just want to sleep and don't want to wake up so I can finally rest. And then of course, I'll be gone for good 2025. He also posted on Instagram, I hope you have a good night, and someone responded, please be okay. Surround yourself with people that want nothing but the best for you and makes you happy. Take a step back away from the spotlight if you're exhausted. Hope you find comfort in us. And he responds, people around me is the reason I'm dying. As I said a couple months back, he was also tweeting things such as, I really, really want to get some rest. And when someone told him to, take a couple weeks of doing nothing, sleep or spend time with your family, he wrote, if they let me. So a lot of people think that his company is pushing him too much. His company is just, of course, using him to make money, not respecting the individual, but rather seeing him as a moneymaker, pushing him to do things, pushing him to work, even though he needs to rest. And it seems at that time he was touring, which can be really hard on artists. I don't know if you've ever heard artists describe what it's like to be on tour. It can be quite grueling on the body. I remember ATs talking about how they needed like physical therapists or something like that on tour with them to manage their bodies while on tour. And I remember Stromae as well, an artist who had to cancel the last legs of his last couple of tours, actually, because it's quite hard on someone. He did address this thing. It's been a long run from last year till now and still a long way to go. It was a lot of pressure and stress, and since my body did not really feel well for a long time now, sometimes I'm getting sensitive and emotional. I'll do my best on this year and will find my time to rest. I'll be okay. Sorry if I caused any worry. Have a good day. Seems that even during a concert, he was expressing his unhappiness. And then even on September 23rd, he apologized. The past 2 weeks, I want to say so sorry for being so negative and sensitive. I will take some time off for myself and I will come back as a positive Bambam again. Hope everyone reading this post always be happy and surrounded with love. Take care. Now, in response to this, of course, like I said, a lot of fandoms have come together. A lot of people have come and shown their support to him, even, reaching out to his company to better support him. Not EXO related, but calling EXO-Ls to go leave happy and warm comments for Bambam on X and Instagram. When you see someone cry for help, we need to reach out. I'm not a fan, but please, he needs help ASAP. As a human, I'm worried for Bambam. We love you, Bambam. It seems that even Jessie commented on his post on Instagram saying we love you, Bambam, with heart emojis. It also seems that he's returned to Thailand to spend time with his family. And then recently, Jackson actually responded to him on Twitter. So Bambam posted Justin Bieber's Changes song, and some of the lyrics are quite sad. So he wrote, people closely around us, especially the industry, the only thing they care about is living their life like you are living yours. Different intentions. It's facts. It's reality. We all go through it, just different aspects. Don't take it negatively. Sometimes just gotta be more selfish and get things right for yourself. It's not always a bad thing. We all have choices. Make them, Bam. Be at a place where you get appreciation. Don't forget who you are. Love you for who you are. And then he added, one more thing, Bam, your audience loves you. You're the reason, not anything else, not the people, team, label, partners, or anyone else. So a lot of people really appreciated him showing his support to him. A lot of people reminiscing like old clips of them both. Do you remember, this is the first album, the debut of you and Bam Bam? So of course, with all that, I will have resources in my link tree. I'm of course wishing Bam Bam, I'm wishing you, I'm wishing everyone watching all the best, sending lots of love. Of course, not that I think Bam Bam would ever see this, but in the comments, you can leave supportive messages in general for anyone who might need to hear it. In the last video, I actually had in my notes to talk about Min Hee-jin's speech, but I completely forgot to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it today, even though it's old news by now. I need it for my eventual 6-hour compilation of the Min Hee-jin versus Hybe feud, you know what I mean? Let's talk about it, because some people found her very entertaining, very funny. I even came across this tweet that said, just from the thumbnail without context, this looks like Min Hee-jin doing stand-up comedy. I thought that was funny. Okay. Cue the Angelina's pro Min Hee-jin comments. That tweet was gold, okay? So she revealed a lot of things throughout this speech. So let's take a look. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what this speech was for. Like, who was she talking to? So one of the things she mentioned is that her legal fees are almost at 2 million USD. I think it was 1.7 million USD in legal fees alone trying to fight Hybe. Yeah, 1.75 million USD. And she's basically saying she cannot fully pay it as is. She might have to sell her house. I'm not as wealthy as people think. I'm going to sell my house because of the legal fees. Sometimes I wonder if I had the house just for this. I mean, it seems she said like a lot of random things during this, basically saying she actually made Hybe's slogan, "We believe in music," giving little anecdotes about New Jeans. Someone recounting the speech saying, it's effing funny. She told the kids to try writing lyrics, and at first they were like, huh? Us? Min Hee-jin saying, just write whatever, whether it's trash or nonsense. The same person recounting how Min Hee-jin said during her interview with SM Entertainment, I noticed you, SM, don't seem to know much about music or graphic design concepts, but I want to contribute and make things look cool. She told Haein to count the money, and she started counting 1, 10, 100, 1,000, and she said, just give it to your mom and stop counting, F. So again, people saying that this is entertaining. She's extremely funny, but also leads a hardworking life. The Haein one was so funny. She's not saying she came up with Hybe. She's only saying she came up with the We Believe in Music. So Min Hee-jin was behind the We Believe in Music. She speaks in such an interesting way. Wow, she's so good with words. I have a lot of things I can learn from her. The last part with her getting stressed over fan arts, we didn't read that one. Effing entertaining. This Ani needs to shoot her own documentary, which apparently she wants to. She also addressed the gaslighting New Jeans accusations, basically saying that I want my kids to be smart, so I'm always honest with them. I tell them how to do their work well, how this industry operates. I tell them as closely to the truth as possible because I don't want them to be shocked later. They need to learn about the world, but in a way that softens the blow. This industry isn't a beautiful one. Ignorance isn't bliss in this case. You need to know a bit to build resilience. One friend said, you're like a tiger mom. Another said, it's like I've sent my kids to an alternative school. Yeah, it feels like I've sent my kids to an alternative school. As this innocent ages, inevitably, it will get tainted. I want to shield them from it as long as I can. Celebrities who start young lose that innocence faster once they taste money. So they need to let the moms handle the finances. They don't even know how much they're earning. Once they start realizing, it's hard for them to live a normal life. If they get too used to it and start taking things for granted, that will be bad. When they lose a sense of reality, they will drift away from the team I envisioned. So then in terms of the documentary that we were mentioning before, she basically says that this is an unprecedented incident. I will definitely make a documentary and I will reveal the entire process. Some people are super down to watch this type of documentary. Others are like, what? This tweet contains a threat. We're not going to read that. Strange to exploit a situation that supposedly caused her lots of hurt and definitely hurt the New Jeans girls. But yeah, she definitely just wants to protect them and make music. And she's definitely not a money-hungry freak that's been using New Jeans as a shield for her wrongs. Her constantly finding a way to monetize out of this situation and not giving a single F about New Jeans girls or protecting them, what a vile woman. As for some K-netizens, they're just like, I hope you get a Netflix deal with this. Previously, we had talked about how Min Hee-jin posted Hani's messages to her on her Instagram story. Basically, Hani showing support towards Min Hee-jin. But now she's shown a message from Haedin. And Haedin basically talks in length about Min Hee-jin's speech, the one that we just kind of briefly went over. How it was fun, how it made her understand Min Hee-jin better, how it was touching and all that. And as you can imagine, some people think it's really cute that, you know, the members support her. Other people think it is absolutely horrifying, horrible. Why would she post these messages from these girls? Basically sentiments we've already talked about. But what do you think specifically about posting the members' messages? Do you think it just makes the situation even messier? Do you think it's inappropriate? Do you think it's really not that big of a deal? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. Wonyoung for Miu Miu, she looks like she's gonna hold an eagle. Do you know what I mean? Like her bag even her bag's even reminiscent of a bird. You know what I mean, right? Like those gloves are huge, ginormous. She even had trouble like opening a newspaper. Jaedol Mini ran the runway for Miu Miu. For a while now, I've noticed netizens talking about Pop Base's love for Mingyu because they use such descriptive words to talk about how good looking he is. 17's Mingyu looks phantasmagoric for men noblesse. 17's Mingyu is séduisant while strolling in Paris. 17's Mingyu looks ebullient with butt pull in new photo. 17's Mingyu looks beguiling for Paris Fashion Week. Not only that, but at times even getting poetic about their feelings towards Mingyu. Mingyu of 17 looks like an opal amidst a field of waning blooms. And then most recently, Mingyu of 17 looks like sunshine breaking through the clouds in a new photo. I've just seen a lot of people talking about that and my computer's frozen. Maybe I need to update it. That's a thought. Just a thought. Okay, what the fuck? Well, that's it for today's video. It's not. I have more to talk about. Pop Base really said. Ran out of adjectives. Now they're writing poetry for him. I get Pop Base making up words for him every time they see Mingyu because look at him. Pop Base currently trying to cope with Mingyu's latest Calvin Klein campaign. Walking Dead. Let's move on to things I've been enjoying recently, which include songs or other random things. So actually it's October 2nd, which means September is over. Now, I used to do end of month reviews. I'm sorry. We're not doing them anymore. For now, we'll see. But I thought I would share with you my top 10 songs of the month. So we have Nutty Nutty by Peko featuring Jessie. Such a fun song. Then we have My Way by Cat's Eye. At least I can say such a good song. Bauch Beine Po by Shade and David. I mentioned this in another video and people from Germany were like, can't believe this song made it out of Germany. They told me Bauch is stomach, Beine is legs, arms? I don't remember. I actually used to study German. I don't remember. Iced matcha latte. It's Okay, I'm Okay by Tate McRae. I don't remember listening to it that much, but I'll take it. Elegante by Azer. Answer Ode to Joy, ATEEZ featuring La Poème. Beautiful, so majestic. We talked about it in the last video. Then 1-800 Hot and Fun by Le Seraphim. Talk to You Later by Lucemble. Rewrite the Stars. I actually don't even like The Greatest Showman. Like, I've tried watching it 8 times and I just can't. I can't. But Rewrite the Stars is just such a beautiful song. Supernatural by Ariana Grande. So let me know what your top 10 songs of the month have been for September. Other things I've been liking, there's this TikToker that I've been really enjoying. If you speak French, maybe you'll enjoy her content, but like, so she's showing like the ugliest clothing, but then she transforms it in this video. She does like a lot of like vintage hauls and like I love her style. Like, what? Those clothes are literally so ugly and then she made them so nice. Oui. I've just been really enjoying her on TikTok. I'm still watching my Minecraft videos. Shows that I want to watch though. I really want to watch the new season of From. It's on Paramount Plus though, which Paramount Plus is so expensive for what reason I only want to watch From. And then I also want to watch the newest season of The Umbrella Academy. The last season, I haven't seen it yet. So those are two shows that I want to watch. So those are things I've been liking recently. I also have a new segment that I want to add in, Fan War Fridays. Just like watching fan wars from afar, not starting them, not participating in them, just looking at them from afar. I think some of them are kind of funny, you know, unserious type things. I think it'll be a cute little addition for Friday's video. I was gonna do it today, but we've been filming a long time and it's a fan war Friday. I was gonna say, like, I literally don't care, but we'll save it for Friday, I guess. But yeah, that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support me on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm about to react to Teasers' birthday music video for my channel members and patrons, but I will see you guys next time. Bye. I guess it's stuck there.